Hello everyone, Gigs here once again. So today I am demolishing my island. Fun, fun, fun. I enjoy demolishing stuff. No, not really. It's much more fun to build than demolish, but the demolishing has to happen in order to build. So I have already started, and if we take a peek over here, you can see that I've done lots of destruction. I've got some chests over there, bits and pieces. So I've been a bit busy. This hasn't taken too long, but I've been a bit busy. Unfortunately, we did have a slight accident in that I used my explosive pickaxe right next to my hoppers. I lost one of my tier 2 hoppers, so that's a bit sad. However, these things happen, we'll survive, we won't cry for too long, but yes, never mind. So essentially, I've been using the explosive pickaxe to help mine these out. You can see the bit of a mess. It's not as tidy as when I use the multi pick in this area, and you also don't manage to keep as many of your resources. So in this chunk that I had here, you'll see that I've only got around half a dub of resources. It's not got many in it at all. Oh, that was a mistake. So not an awful lot of resources in these, and that's mainly because you don't get as much from them as you would the multi-pick, which tends to pick up everything. So the explosion side of it, I've already done a couple of hits in here for the that was about 3 hits in here. That's cleared that little bit out, so it is fairly quick. I'll fast forward and show you how I just take down this whole chunk using the explosive pickaxe. It is a bit loud. I'll do it once now, but you'll hear that it's actually quite loud, so I'll when I fast forward it, I won't do all the sounds and things because it will definitely see quite loud. Hasn't picked up that one there. If I go over here though, I will see that was empty, and that's what's really picked up. So again, the explosive pickaxe doesn't pick up as much stuff as the multi-pick will. So without any further ado, I will go ahead and demolish this chunk on camera for you. We'll go F3G so I can see the chunk, so I don't go outside the chunk. But let's go. So as you can see, it really doesn't take long at all using the explosive pickaxe to clear out that chunk. And again, round about half a, these are the ones I got earlier from this chunk. So around about half a dub worth of resources, which isn't too shabby at all for how quickly we managed to do that. Yes, when I get close to the chunk sides here, I will lose items because obviously the hopper will only suck up what's inside the chunk, so you do lose these bits and pieces. You can go along and collect them up, but there's really not much point unless you're planning on reusing all of this stuff. You can spend an awful lot of time collecting those little bits and pieces for little reward. But that's how quickly it is to basically clear out these islands. It's still a bit of a grind. And again, in hindsight, maybe I should have pickaxe gotten a smaller island. At least now I'm using the cobble I'm turning into stone and stone bricks, and the terracotta I'm using to make my base floor, which is at least reusing and recycling, so we can keep the planet green. You'll see here is my piece of bedrock. There'll probably be a couple of these maybe in the island, but that is essentially always going to be there, and you'll find that in at least one bedrock piece in all the islands that are made, because worst comes to worst, my whole island disappears. This is my respawn point, because I need somewhere to be able to respawn. I will need to be careful, obviously, having gigs sitting here. I'll need to either mine under her or move her before I start mining into this chunk. But that is how easy it is to demolish your island using the explosive pickaxe and a hopper. Okay, here we go. We have finished demolishing my island. Well, kind of, almost, nearly. Most of it. We couldn't very well, oops, we need to fly. We couldn't very well demolish the ground underneath for old geeks here. So I've still got these little bits and pieces here, which I will move and get into a new spot and make them a nice little layer. I use the multi-block picks around them just to make it a little bit tidier, so I wouldn't risk demolishing everything. You can see a little bedrock piece. I've only really got the chests, which I need to move and make tidy at some point. I started making my center part of my floor, and if we go to cactus floor, oops, I'm losing a little bit off the sides, but that's okay. Brought my alt over here to look after this, and ooh, this is admittedly about 12 hours worth of AFKing. I should have left those in there. So it's a fair bit of AFKing sitting there that's gathered that, which is kind of nice. It'll be great when I've got a void chest that just auto sells all this stuff. Let me just quickly get rid of it. So we've got 61,000. Very nice. Oops. That. Why is it opening it first? There we go. So selling each one of those is going to give me around 60 to 65,000. That's pretty cool. Actually, be around 65,000. That other one would have been less because I had just taken some things out of it. So that is not bad for just a small farm at this point in time. Like, I've still got a long way to go. This is only how many layers? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, 6 layers. So that's not bad for 6 layers. Doing pretty good. So that'll be a nice little money maker once I've got it going a lot further up, but that's going to take a bit of time. It's fairly straightforward to do, so you'll already see that I've got sand there, but you place the sand in the checkerboard pattern. You place your cactus on it. That's the cactus. I'm only going to do a little bit. The cactus goes on there. We get some string. Oops, I'm missing a piece of sand there. So we get some string and more cactus. String. So cactus. And then we just put string in between the cactus. It's going to be a little bit tricky because it's hard to see the string. It's easy to miss the string sometimes, but it's not the end of the world, because if you do miss the string, then the sand will just fall through when you go to place it on top anyway. So then for the next layer, you would just, so you normally do the whole layer, and then the next layer you go sand, 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 sand. Put string there. Doesn't look like I did. Doop. Throw the sand, sand, sand. And basically, you can only really do this with the style of hoppers that we have, the hoppers that suck everything up within the chunk. Because if you tried to do this any other way, then the cactus, when it breaks, obviously isn't dropping into anything. It would just fall on itself and it would disappear. So, but because the second the cactus breaks, it goes into the hopper, you can get away with this sort of really compact style. But the second that cactus tries to grow, it'll hit the sand and it will break. So, and you can just keep on doing layer after layer after layer after layer. It's a little bit time consuming, but as you can see, it does pay off. We're making a fair bit of money down there for something that is purely AFK. You actually don't have, apart from building this, once you've built it, it's AFK. You don't need to worry about anything else. So that's that. We'll get that nice and built up, and we'll be rolling in the dough. Yay! So that is, now I did show you before that we have a little bedrock over there. I go ISGO. That bedrock is what I will always end up going to. If I go to my home, so I can set a home somewhere, and I'll go to my home, so I can go home, Cactus for example, I'll go over to the Cactus, I can set another home. But ISGO will always take you back to your bedrock. If you've got blocks above that, then it will take you to whatever's above the first free spot next to your bedrock. So that's why you have one piece of bedrock. They must have improved the design, because I know last season I had a bigger island and I had 2 bedrocks, which was annoying. You can kind of build around one of them, but 2 of them is a pain. So they must have improved it this time around, and we only have 1 piece, which is great. So just while I'm here, I'm going to quickly do my crates. And we have 12 drop keys, 60,000 explosive pickaxe, basic key shard, 50,000, woohoo, tier 1 hopper, key shards, yes, a tier 3 hopper. This is fantastic, because this means, oh my god, this is great. This means I can put this down in my cactus farm, and I don't need those chests, because the tier 3 hopper is just going to sell everything, and I don't even need to worry about it filling up and stuff like that. That is just, yay! Oh my god, thank you. Yes. So you can see there it has a 10 by default transfer rate and will automatically sell all items. That is amazing. 40,000 basic key shard, 50,000, 60,000. That was it. I've voted, so I got my vote keys, 40,000 emerald blocks, and a tier 2 hopper. Woohoo! Oh, we got a basic key. Emerald blocks. Let's go into PV1 and pop our shards in there, and we have enough to get another basic key. And shards. So you'll see in chat there that there's some envoys going. Oh, I only need 8 for that. That's right. 15 for the advance. The envoys are basically crates inside of the PvP area, which allows you to get some free items. But they're in the PvP area, so you do risk dying while you're in there. And to be honest, I didn't think the contents of the crate, I've been there a couple of times, I didn't think the contents of the crate were that great, and I would die and lose the stuff anyway, so it didn't make any sense really to go there and do it. So let's get out of that one there. Crates. Takes a little while to get used to all the different commands. 5 points and 32 gold blocks. Not as great as our tier 3 hopper though, so let's go over here and go home Cactus, and we will place, that's our tier 2, our tier 3 hopper, so we'll place that there, and this one here is our other tier, I don't know if it's a tier 1 or a tier 2, let's not use an explosive one, that's what we want, because that would be bad. Get rid of you. Now you'll see it's disappeared straight away. If I pop over to here, oh no, actually it's already in there. So if I pop over here, you might see it in there. You can see already the cactus just coming in here and getting sold. So this is how nice and quick it is. So straight away, I no longer need to worry about having these. I can get rid of them because this wonderful little hopper will take care of it all. And again, you can see how quickly it's just selling cactus there, so it's just popping on through, and that will update my balance periodically, so I will start to see my balance just goes up. So that is absolutely amazing, and that is definitely going to help us make some money. So that was it for today. Thank you very much for joining me demolishing my island and taking a look at the cactus farm, and yes, great end to the episode, having a tier 3 hopper. Have a great day.